There is a YouTube channel in Russia that is copying MrBeast. And what do I mean by this? Well, MrBeast put this on Twitter. The largest channel in Russia just takes my thumbnails and photoshops his face on mine. So MrBeast put a lot of screenshots here of his thumbnails. So surviving 24 hours in a deserted island was a MrBeast video. And this Russian YouTube channel, A4, basically just ripped off the thumbnail. As you can see here, it's the exact same thumbnail that MrBeast made, but instead it has his friends' faces on him, which is weird. It's very weird. Here's another example. Last to leave revolving door wins $50,000. MrBeast video, and as you can see, there's like Chandler and stuff, and they're on a revolving door. But then here's A4's video, the exact same concept. However, it's his face on it with his friends' faces instead of MrBeast's friends. Like, what? Like, as you can see, it's the same thumbnail. They just photoshopped their friends onto him, which is very weird. Here's another one. Last to remove hand gets Lamborghini challenge. As you can see, it's a yellow Lamborghini with a bunch of MrBeast friends on it. His you know, the MrBeast crew. But then if you look at the next picture, it's the exact same screenshot. They just recolored the car and replaced MrBeast friends here. What? Like if you look at the grass here, it's the exact same. The same grass, the same like concrete pattern. They just changed the color of the car and some minor details, as well as the people in it. And it looks like it's a completely new thumbnail. Here's another one, 50,000 game of hide and seek challenge. MrBeast is looking for his friend who's duct taped to the ceiling. Obviously this was a really nicely photoshopped thumbnail by MrBeast. And if you look at this A4 thumbnail, it's the exact same. He just photoshopped his face over MrBeast's face. He cropped out the MrBeast merch and just made the shirt plain yellow. And then up here he added his friend instead of Chandler on the ceiling. If you look at certain details in the thumbnail, you could see it's the exact same one that they just photoshopped over. Like the arrow here is the same. You can see it has like weird colors in the corner. It's like darkened. The same thing here. If you look at the ceiling inside the door frame, it's the exact same, as well as even the door hinge. Like, it's all the same. So why is this YouTuber copying MrBeast? Well, let's look into that. But of course, click subscribe for more epic YouTube fun. So let's look at these videos. This one's the MrBeast video. Here is the A4 video. This is the hide and seek one. If you just compare both thumbnails, it's the same. It's the exact same thing. I will say A4 is a pro at Photoshop. Like, I mean, they're already using MrBeast stuff, but the fact that they can seamlessly Photoshop over top of MrBeast thumbnails, I mean, he did good. He did a good job, but it's ripping off his thumbnail. Obviously. The premise of the video is the exact same as MrBeast's video. It's a game of extreme hide and seek. That's about it. It's pretty much a Russian MrBeast channel. Here's another one that we just looked at, the spinning door. If you look at it a bit more closely, you can see that the thumbnails are the exact same. This is from MrBeast's video, the exact same revolving door, and if you look at the floor, everything's the same. But then if you look at the A4 thumbnail, it's the same door as MrBeast, the same floor. The only thing that is different is that he changed the text that says day 2 right here to like Russian. And then also he changed his friends in the thumbnail. So this guy's different, Chandler's different, and this guy's different. What's interesting is that he doesn't change the whole body either. Like if you look on MrBeast's thumbnail, this guy's wearing yellow Crocs. And then in this thumbnail, this guy's also wearing the same yellow Crocs. So he just changes like from the waist up basically. Like if you see the shorts here on Chandler is the exact same, right? So this is 100% just copying and pasting over MrBeast thumbnails. Like I know MrBeast puts a lot of work into his thumbnail, so just ripping it off like this, it's not good. I don't know. Again here, oh my god, this one's just crazy, man. He does sharpen the thumbnail a lot, which is kind of weird. Like in MrBeast, it's a bit more blurry. And even in MrBeast's thumbnail, the guy over here in the green shorts is the same. He just put his face over top looking up. It's like the body is the same body as this person. Like what? And then again, this one we already looked at, the pavement and stuff, you can see it's the same thumbnail. So like, why is A4 doing this? They're a huge YouTube channel with 30 million subscribers, but they're obviously just ripping off MrBeast thumbnails. Well, looking into it, he doesn't only do this to MrBeast, he does this to a lot of other YouTubers. A person called Just Dustin also showed that this person is doing the exact same thing to him. Okay, this is Just Dustin's thumbnail, and this is A4's thumbnail. It's the exact same thing, they just photoshopped their face over it and I guess an arm. This is Just Dustin's thumbnail, and this is A4's thumbnail. Again, the exact same thing. They just changed the background as well as the face and the hammer. That's cool. They changed the hammer. Wow. In this one, it's the same thing here as well. Somehow they actually managed to change the background. This is just dusted, and then A4 put his face over it, as well as his friend got changed around. But what is interesting is that he did change the hat here too, which is, I mean, very good attention to detail there, A4, but it's still messed up. And if you just look at all these other thumbnails, like this one with the sword, same thing. Just copying. So why does A4 do this? Why does he rip off thumbnails from different YouTubers? Well, I don't know. I personally don't think it should be allowed on YouTube. I think if you make a thumbnail, it should, like, under copyright, if you make an image, it should be yours. Like, I mean, certain thumbnails maybe wouldn't fall under it because a lot of it is just resources you get off of, like, online. But thumbnails, like MrBeast, he makes himself. Like, he takes the picture himself, photoshops it himself, so it is 100% his image. So personally, I think they should be covered under copyright, and I think they are, but it's hard to say. I don't know. I'm not like a legal expert, so I can't really say. I personally think A4 is copying. And if you even look at who A4 is subscribed to, you could see if you scroll down, he's subscribed to none other than MrBeast himself. So obviously he knows what he's doing. He's knowingly copying MrBeast because he's subscribed to him. And he's ripping off the thumbnails as well as the ideas as well. Like with the revolving door, MrBeast's idea was last to leave revolving door wins $50,000. A4 uploaded last to leave the spinning door gets $1,000. So it is the same concept, but it's a Russian version, I guess. Now look, I'm all fine for getting inspiration from other YouTube channels. Like, MrBeast does an interesting type of content, and a lot of people in Russia don't speak English, so A4 making Russian versions is kind of interesting, but like, just completely ripping off thumbnails, that crosses the line, I think. Like, if he wants to do his own thing and add his own twist to it, that's completely fine. Like, I respect that, but not doing this. Like, this is just blatant copying, you know? Like, that's just... Man, this is the Morgz 2.0 situation. In fact, A4 is subscribed to Morgz himself. My god. And of course we know Morgz copies MrBeast. I did a whole video on that too. There was even a reply to this MrBeast tweet, as you can see here. Apparently A4 said that it's a picture, it's nothing. Better to watch the quality of my content than the American version because he does it 10 times better. I don't know. I didn't watch any of his content because I wouldn't be able to understand the language, but doesn't matter. You still copied the thumbnail. That's how I see it, and that's how I guess MrBeast sees it as well. Like, bro, come on. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. A lot of people seem to be copying MrBeast, and the fact that this channel has done it to the point where he has 30 million subscribers from doing this is crazy. Like, on their videos, they get millions and millions of views. See, like 10 million? My goodness, that's crazy. They obviously are perceived to be a good YouTuber with a lot of good content, and I think if they just got their own original thumbnails, it would be a lot better. Like, if they just put effort into making their own thumbnails, their audience would... Nobody would care about it, you know? The community only cares when you're like ripping off of other creators like this, so yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What do you guys think? Is A4 copying MrBeast? Let me know in the comments below, and I guess that's it for this episode of Timeworks News. So if you enjoyed, click subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, fly on.